Paul Merson scored on his Aston Villa debut last week, and now, after being ineligible for the midweek European match, he comes up against his old Arsenal manager, George Graham. And the strategic Mr. Graham changes his Leeds team for only the second time this season. Out go Alfie Haaland and Clyde Weinhardt. In come Bruno Rivero and Gunnar Haller, the latter in an advanced role which is designed to counter the way Villa play. And that's with wing-backs and three central defenders, one of whom, Ugo Ehiob, returns after injury. Ian Taylor is preferred to Mark Draper in midfield. Collymore is still injured. 18-year-old Darius Vassell, whose 2 goals rescued Villa on Tuesday, is again on the bench. And apart from Bosnich in goal, they're all English. So home delights for John Gregory in terms of personnel, but it's Villa's away form that's pleased him most. They're unbeaten on their travels in the Premiership since he took over last February. He's got that new contract. And not since February have George Graham's Leeds lost at home in the Premiership, but he's gone further afield for his talent. There are 9 different nationalities in the Leeds starting lineup today, and only 2 Englishmen. Jeff Winter of Middlesbrough gets this match started on a beautiful sunlit afternoon in Yorkshire. Leeds all in white, Villa claret and blue, the traditional strips for 2 famous clubs who start this match unbeaten and with only 1 goal apiece conceded in the Premiership. Here's Hart for Leeds. Gary Charles. And Joachim's in the middle again, so is Merson. Lee Hendry's there too. Merson! And away by Molinar as far as Taylor. Good start by Villa. And a shaky start by Leeds. 2 presentable opportunities in that little sequence. This is Hasselbank. And now it's Hopkin. Haller pulls right. Hopkin to Bowyer. Now it's Heeden. Cross by Haller. Hasselbank! Oh, it just flew away from the right-hand post from Jimmy Hasselbank. Gunnar Haller picked in this unfamiliar position. And that was nearly number 1 for Leeds. Here he is again, Haller. Heeden, Austrian to Norwegian. Here's Heeden again. Bowyer. Leeds, good from Bowyer. And having made an uncertain start, Leeds have now really got away into the match. And they're going to have quite a decent shot count this afternoon if the last few minutes is any guide. Forward by Charles. Joachim trying to get there. The goalkeeper comes a long way. Oh dear me, and that's Hendry who's put it back for Villa, but it's going away from the goal. Nigel Martin there had a let-off from Lee Hendry. Oh, and he knows it. He came out initially to try to cut off an advance by Joachim, but his kick here, Nigel Martin, goes straight to Lee Hendry. He would never have got back the goalkeeper. We could have had a John Barnes, Dave Besant situation there. Here's Charles. That's a foul by Molinar on Merson. And Villa obviously have something pre-planned here because John Gregory has come out giving semaphore signals. Anyway, Thompson has the ball in front of him. And here comes Gareth Southgate to volley. Well, Villa have made 1 or 2 shooting opportunities, but they've mostly been around the edge of the box. Thompson playing it in, and when it came out, well, it sat up quite nicely for the volley. Haller, Heeden. Bowie let it go. This is Heaton. Kuhl, good dummy. Hopkin, and again it goes to Hart. And this time he's come inside. Hart hits the post. Oh, and from the rebound, the bar by Bowyer. Double agony there for Leeds, and a double let off for Villa. Well, that's the best thing Leeds have done. It's certainly the best thing Ian Hart has done, and it was nearly the most significant thing that Lee Bowyer has done. Hart, who had the initial shot, having not crossed the ball terribly well, he came in here on his right foot, and there, diving on the 6-yard line, is Bowyer, who strikes the bar. Oh, well played forward by Bowyer for Kuhl, Harry Kuhl. Well, just once or twice he has manoeuvred his way into good shooting positions. Hasn't yet delivered the shot that would really count, but at least he's running at defenders, Harry Kuhl. Churchill to Charles. Taylor's well forward in this attack. Oh, and Taylor took it away from Merson, who covers his face. Well, I don't think he knew it. Yes, why didn't you shout, he's saying. I don't think Taylor knew Merson was there. He was coming in on it, Merson, on the perfect angle, and I honestly think he would have scored. There's nothing wrong with the ball from Gary Charles, except that Taylor gets in Merson's way. Here's Hasselbank, and he's onside. And Gunnar Haller on the far side as well. And Hasselbank. Corner. Molinar is there again. Played in low towards Hart. Back again with Kuhl. Molinar comes in for the header, didn't quite make it. Back in again by Heaton. There's Molinar once more. Bowyer! Hits the legs. Hasselbank. Good challenge by Alan Wright. This is better. This is the best phase of the match so far. He's working very hard to get the cross in there, and Hopkin also to get on the end of it if he could. Here's Hart. Oh, that's flying just wide. Well, that really was something out of nothing by Ian Hart. And I'm not sure that Bosnich really knew where it was going. He didn't seem to react. Still rather a disjointed match, it has to be said. One team just countering what the other has to offer, which with their respective records this season is no great surprise, but it does need somebody to produce a moment of imagination. Ribeiro is down injured. Draper did ever so well in that tight situation. That's a brilliant piece of play by the Villa substitute. He's found Alan Wright. Try again. Hendry, back to Wright, back to Hendry. In the centre here, Merson and... Taken out of Merson's reach by Radebe. Leeds have still got Ribeiro under treatment, but this is Ian Taylor for Villa. Floats it in. Merson's in there. Goalkeeper came, didn't make it the first time, but did the second. Oh, and that's come for Joachim off Molinar. Joachim for Villa. And that was the best chance of the match. And Leeds could have been caught, as they nearly were in the first minute by Joachim, in close to the last minute. It's Molinar's mistake, there's no question about that. But I think he might just have done enough to put, or somebody did, to put Joachim off. It is in fact Molinar who tries to close him down and just manages to force him to squeeze the shot wide. The league lead this morning could have made their position secure there. This is Sharp. Haaland is well forward. Here he is now. Southgate challenging. Gareth Barry clearing. Molinar, having got away with that at one end, is now trotting forward at the other to support Leeds on the long throw. And there is Molinar, and Bowyer tries to get in. Hasselbank! Well, it was another half chance. But the ball doesn't seem to be destined to go in at either end today. On the one hand, Joachim shooting wide for Villa, and on the other, as this drops to Jimmy Hasselbank, he's wide as well. Radiber with the header. Hasselbank. Here's Haller. Haaland's made a forward run now. Hart. Well, the early season experts in keeping clean sheets have done it again. They've cancelled each other out in a match of few memorable scoring opportunities, and those that did come were few and far between. Hart hit the post in the first half, and Julian Joachim had a good chance towards the end. But one has the feeling that if John Gregory's team, or George Graham's for that matter, is going to actually tilt at the Championship, maybe they're going to need to find some more firepower from somewhere, because today, in front of 30,000 people at Elland Road, it was Leeds 0, Aston Villa 0.
Well, John, when was the last time you came to Elland Road and were disappointed that you didn't go away with 3 points?
Almost every time I've ever come here, to be honest. It's always a tough place to go to, and obviously the crowd make a lot of noise here as well. It's very intimidating for the opposition, but I was pleased to have come away and got a point today. Leeds are a very good side. They work exceptionally hard all over the pitch, and they press the ball exceptionally well and never allowed us really to get the ball down and play, apart from possibly the last 10 or 15 minutes when we came into the game with a little bit more.
At George Graham's side, we expect to defend, but if you're going to win something, you're going to have to score goals as well. Is that something you're going to be looking at?
Yes, but you know what they say, you know, we're still not firing on all cylinders yet, but we're still up there, aren't we? I mean, there's other teams with a lot of better players than us. You know, they're getting off to a bad start, and they've got world-class players.
It's early days yet, but how far do you think this Villa side can go?
I think if the back three can stay 5, always got a chance, because, you know, the name of the game is not to let in no goals, and, you know, always got a chance of scoring goals. So, you know, it's all about if the back lads can stay fit, you know, who knows.
Garth Crook's putting the questions there. So they're both unbeaten, but are either of them real Championship contenders, do you think, Trevor?
Well, there wasn't much to choose between them today. I think Leeds had the edge. Ian Hart had a couple of long rangers, which he was unlucky with. But 1 goal conceded in 6 matches, so it's very tight defensively. And the query is whether they will score, because, you know, they fill up the midfield, they're well organised, make it difficult for the opposition to play. But actually, you know, going forward, they tend to leave just the one up and try and then break from midfield. I mean, Leeds rely so heavily on Jimmy Floyd-Hasselbank. I mean, he does an outstanding job, but if he wasn't there, you'd worry. I mean, they've got loads of people back here. They're at home. Suddenly, Ian Hart has to knock it into the corner. He, you know, works hard, closes down Gareth Southgate, and wins a throw-in there. But of course, people from the join then, and this is a situation where he drops back. You can see all the men trying then to break from midfield. But it's good, patient build-up. I think this is probably one of the best moves. And as I say, spread wide. Heaton comes up from right back, and Gunnar Haller wide on the right. He and Harry Kewell from the wide positions were the ones usually joining. But you see there's only 2 in there, Kewell and Hasselbank, and that one just creeps past the post.
Super header.
It's a great header, and he makes the system work. From Aston Villa's point of view, they again fill up the midfield, as you can see here, and it's Joachim who's actually enjoying some great form at the moment. A lot of pace, wins possession there. Probably Paul Merson and Lee Hendry are the 2 that join midfield. But again, when he wins it here and knocks it square, no one's quite able to get up from the midfield to actually make the final cutting edge. And just at the end, of course, though, his pace, he works, he runs. Molinar makes an error, and he could have won it for them. And at present, it's working for both of them, but I just feel that they are going to have to add that little bit of forward power if they're going to challenge next May.
Well, Villa have got Collymore waiting in the wings.
Yes. How long
Laugh,
yeah. Well, I mean, that is a difficult one now for John Gregory. Yeah, does he bring him to the side? Because what both
He's injured at the moment.
He is, but he played in one of the games, but he's got injured. I think Leeds and Aston Villa, the great thing about them is their spirit. They really are working hard to play for each other, and that's what sometimes unsettles things. If you bring in